Good evening, you're now with me, Dillis Elliott, for TVS Nightline. Tonight's top stories. PBB Bukit Saban branch proposes that the incumbent PBB president, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, remains as the party's president for the 2024-2027 term. Deputy Premier calls for more research into Sarawak's diverse biodiversity after 20 new frog species were discovered in the region. And in global news, 26 dead, including 3 children in Gaza, following latest Israeli airstrikes. We'll begin with this. No casualties or injuries were reported following an explosion at a factory in Samalaju Industrial Park on Sunday afternoon. The incident occurred around 1:30 p.m. and was captured in a video showing large explosions, fireballs and thick smoke billowing from the facility. OM Materials confirmed the explosion resulted from an overflow of molten material within the furnace workshop. In a statement, OM Materials said damage was minor and they expect operations to resume shortly. The company also reassured that safety remains as their top priority and promised updates as the investigation continues. Detailed investigations are currently ongoing and the factory has been instructed to monitor air quality in nearby areas to ensure public safety. Parti Pesaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB Bukit Saban branch is all for the current president Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg to retain his post as the party president for the 2024-2027 term. Its chairman, Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Ambas, said a resolution on the matter will be proposed soon, adding that Abang Johari has demonstrated outstanding and visionary leadership with his efforts in clean energy and green economy recognized worldwide.
Uga stated that Abang Johari has shown shrewdness and acumen in increasing the state's revenue year after year. His initiatives in clean energy and green economy have also garnered global attention and recognition. Adding to that, Uga said under Abang Johari's leadership, Sarawak has now been recognized as a high-income region. Commenting further, Uga also stated that Abang Johari announced a projected revenue collection of 14.2 billion ringgit for 2025, an unprecedented achievement since Sarawak's independence. In other developments, Uga also retained his position as chairman of PBB Bukit Saban unopposed. The proposal to retain him was made by former Betong Member of Parliament, Dr. Robert Lawson Tuat, and received strong support from leaders of all 17 sub-branches.
The discovery of 20 new frog species in Sarawak reflects the state's well-preserved and thriving natural environment. Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tingah Ali Hassan said the findings underscore the suitability of Sarawak's ecosystem for diverse wildlife and serves as an indicator of the region's overall environmental health. To this, the second Natural Resources and Urban Development Minister hopes that more research will be conducted to study the rich biodiversity in the state.
Dan ini menunjukkan bahawa kekayaan flora dan fauna yang ada di negeri Sarawak. Dan kita berharap banyak lagi penyelidikan dibuat, ya.
The Sarawak government's acquisition of additional shares in ABANG Bank Berhad from the Armed Forces Fund Board LTAT is seen as a strategic move. Defence Minister Dr. Sri Muhammad Khalid Nordin said the transaction reflects Sarawak's proactive financial management to generate long-term returns for the state while supporting domestic economic stability.
Kita dalam perniagaan ni, kita kadang-kadang untuk dalam keadaan ekonomi negara yang baik, pertumbuhan yang bagus, setiap syarikat perlu menyediakan dan melengkapkan diri untuk mengambil peluang. Okey, apabila ekonomi tumbuh, peluang banyak. syarikat perlu mempunyai kekuatan untuk menyertai. Untuk membolehkan dia menyertai, dia mesti ada modal. Penyertaan Sarawak ialah untuk menyuntik modal, untuk besarkan modal supaya bank dapat bergerak dan dapat menikmati, ambil manfaat daripada pertumbuhan ekonomi yang berlaku.
He added that Sarawak's involvement in banking institutions like Afinbank not only enhance credibility but also adds value to the country's economy as a whole. He explained that greater control over Afinbank allows the state government to play a more active role in promoting inclusive economic growth. LTAT was previously one of the major shareholders in Afinbank.
Malaysia stands firm on its sovereignty and sees no need to issue a new maritime boundary map. This comes following the release of a new map by the Philippines and maritime laws, which infringe on Sabah's maritime borders. Defence Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Khalid Nordin emphasised that Malaysia prioritises diplomacy, engaging in discussions and negotiations to address challenges arising from overlapping claims.
Itu adalah kesan daripada apabila Filipina mengeluarkan petanya. Saya percaya keperluan untuk mengeluarkan peta baru bergantung kalau kita rasakan bahawa ada perubahan kepada peta lama. Peta kita tetap peta kita. Yang tak ubah kita, yang ubah dia orang. Di semasa-semasa dia orang ubah sepadan peta dia, dah termasuk pula kawasan kita. Jadi kita memang tak ada nak ubah peta. Bila kita nak ubah peta, bila kita kata kawasan orang lain kita nak masukkan. Jadi kita tak ubah peta kita. Peta kita tetap peta kita dan kita tetap akan mempertahankan kawasan kita dan kedaulatan kita. Dan seperti yang telah saya nyatakan dalam parlimen, pendekatan kita dalam berhadapan dengan cabaran tuntutan bertindih ini, satu, semua mesti faham ini adalah tuntutan bertindih. Ini bukan serangan daripada satu negara kepada negara kita.
In facing the challenge of overlapping claims, he stated that the government will use a diplomatic approach. He added that formal protests under established international laws will be lodged if foreign vessels are detected entering Malaysia's territorial waters. Muhammad Khalid highlighted that the Royal Malaysian Navy, Royal Malaysian Air Force and Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency continuously conduct integrated monitoring through a show of presence. Last Thursday, Deputy Foreign Minister Datuk Muhammad Alamin confirmed that Malaysia had sent a note of protest to the Philippines regarding its two new maritime laws which infringe on Sabah maritime borders. The laws signed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on November 8 were reported to have overstepped Malaysia's 1979 new map, which was established based on international law.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Economy is developing a blue economy framework that focuses on utilizing marine resources for economic activities such as fisheries, energy generation and marine engineering. Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli announced that the framework is expected to be finalized by the end of 2025. The initiative is particularly relevant for the East Coast region, which includes Kelantan and Terengganu. On a separate matter, Rafizi also highlighted that oil and gas production in Peninsular Malaysia has been declining by at least 50% over the last decade, with new discoveries now primarily in Sabah and Sarawak. He emphasized the need for an expedited energy transition and government policies like subsidy restructuring to adapt to these changes. In global front, the Gaza Civil Defense reported on Sunday that Israeli airstrikes have claimed the lives of at least 26 individuals, including 4 women and 3 children, across the war-torn Palestinian territory. Additionally, 26 bodies were recovered following an airstrike early Sunday on a residential building in Beit Lahia, in the northern part of Gaza. The victims included children and women, with at least 59 people still trapped under the rubble.
قاعدين بأمان الله في الشارع عنا يا عم يلا ارفع استهداف حلقين بيحلقوا قاعدين كله مدني الناس وهي بتطير لفتنا حصان وحملتهم كل 2 مع بعض كل 3 انفار مع بعض مقطعين يعني الواحد لسه ما لحقش يتشاهد صاروخ فجأة واحدة نزل محل علاقة صارونا علاقة هاي تعودنا عليه من أول الحرب.
Palestinian media noted that 5 people were killed and 11 injured when an Israeli drone launched missiles on Sunday morning in the southern city of Rafah. Furthermore, 3 women and a child were killed during overnight strikes on a house west of Nuseirat camp in central Gaza. The Gaza Ministry of Health on Saturday reported that the total Palestinian death toll has surpassed 43,799 lives since the war began over 13 months ago.
Typhoon Man-yi caused widespread damage, including uprooted trees, power outages and torn-off roofs as it struck the Philippines on Sunday. The typhoon, carrying maximum winds of 185 kilometers per hour, made landfall on the sparsely populated island of Catanduanes on Saturday night.
This marks the latest in a series of extreme weather events that have rarely impacted the country. More than 1.2 million people evacuated their homes ahead of Typhoon Man-yi after the National Weather Service issued life-threatening storm warnings. Chief of Civil Defense Ariel Nepomuceno reported no fatalities but noted extensive structural damage across Catanduanes. Man-yi is expected to remain a super typhoon as it approaches Luzon, the Philippines' most populous island and economic hub. Severe flooding and landslides are anticipated due to heavy rainfall, with forecasts predicting over 200 millimeters in the next 24 hours.
And that's the update on TVS Nightline tonight. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching and have a good week ahead.